smell that? It's a smell of summer. It smells like bugs and heat and humidity. Thousands of kids all over the United States are getting out for school. They're ready to play. They're ready to get out and go do something. So you know what that means. It's time for vacation! I'm planning on going on vacation sometime this summer, and I must admit, I'm looking very forward to it, but part of the reasons you have to go on vacation in the first place is because you have to plan for vacation. I think I've mentioned before that my wife and I are celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. So we want our vacation to be special. We want it to be something a little unique. Something that we've never done before. But we also have to be realistic. We can't afford to just jump on a plane and fly to some exotic land in the Caribbean. Realistic means that we have to drive where we're going. And when you live in the southeast, you have basically two options: the beach or mountains. So we have spent a great deal of time racking our brains trying to figure out where we were going to spend vacation at this year. And it's been a pretty stressful thing. Last year we went to the mountains and we stayed in this really nice hotel for the week. The bad part about that was that my pants got stolen by the room service people. And frankly, we didn't want to go stay in a hotel where people were gonna go clean up after us and have access to all of our stuff again. We thought about the beach, but it's hot at the beach and it's muggy and it's hot. So tossing around several different ideas, one of the things that we decided we did want to go do is we wanted to go see a baseball game. But this year we wanted to mix it up a little bit, and we thought maybe we go to another park besides Turner Field to watch another team play baseball. And it's not because we don't like the Atlanta Braves, it's just that's where we always go. And so I started checking out all of these teams that are on the East Coast, all of which, mind you, are a terribly long way away from Georgia. But it just so happens that nearly every East Coast team on the week that we are planning on going on vacation are going to be on the road. Let's see, we'll try Tampa Bay. Oh, on the road. How about the Washington Nationals? Would you look at there? They're on the road, and I hate them. What about the St. Louis Cardinals? That's within 2 days driving distance. Ha! On the road! See what I mean? It just so happens the week that we're going on vacation, Atlanta is playing in town earlier in the week. So we're taking advantage of that. And so I'm not going to complain about that because I like watching my Braves play. Well, the game itself is actually going to be on the first day of our vacation, so we figured, well, we might better decide somewhere we want to go after the game. And so the mountains win again. But this time we decided we're going to rent a cabin in the mountains for our vacation this year. Something secluded and romantic. Something away from the beaten path. Well, this has been a real fun adventure. So I started going online to try to find all these different rental properties in which you could rent cabins up in the mountains. And it turns out there's a great deal of cabins that you can rent in the mountains. But not all cabins are created equally. We started looking at all of these cabins and going through the virtual tours of each one. Some were pretty easy to mark off the list because we couldn't afford them. Some were also easy to mark off the list because they were just ugly and they had no view of anything. And so we started narrowing down our search and got it within 3 or 4 different cabins. So it comes time to make the decision on which cabin to go to. And so we made the decision like we always make the decision. 1, 2, 3. Decided on the cabin. I started to email the owner so that I could find out more about this cabin. And just before I clicked to send the email to the owner of the cabin, something catches my eye. No air conditioning. We ain't doing that. I don't care if we're on top of Mount Everest. We're getting a cabin that has air conditioning in it. So we had to start the whole process over again. And so we had to go pick another one. 1, 2, 3. So we picked option number 2, and we looked up everything, especially air conditioning, and we looked at the availability dates on it, and it says that it's open. As I'm going to send the email to confirm that we want to rent this cabin for the week, I put in the dates to the cabin, and the thing pops back at me and says, "We're sorry, the cabin you're wishing to rent is not available for that whole week." So we had to find a third option. 1, 2, 3. Third option wasn't exactly everything we wanted. It had air conditioning, it had a king-size bed, it was small and quaint, and it was very high on top of a mountain. So we decided this was the one that we wanted. So you have this thing where you send in this kind of email to the people to kind of get a quote for the week, and we did that. And then you have another period of time in which you email the owner to find out additional information that may or may not be listed in the ad for their cabin. And so I did that 3 days ago, and I haven't heard anything back yet. So as you can see, I'm a little bit stressed about planning for vacation. At this point, we may wind up having a staycation because I know eventually we'll get this figured out, but it's just been really stressful to get there. And once we get there, I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm going to take at least 3 days and not do anything. I'm just going to sleep. And then the rest of the time, I'm going to eat, and nobody's going to stop, okay? So I hope that once school ends for you, that you have a wonderful vacation, and I hope that you have a better time planning it than I have so far. Have a wonderful week. I actually am excited about going on vacation. It just has been really stressful planning.